Caribbean Showtime, embracing and celebrating diversity. For many, the journey of our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean has been a search for a new home, where opportunities abound, where migrants from every country around the world find a new beginning, a new career, a new and better life. A place where their hard work and contribution to this great country will pay off for generations to come. And although they may be from uniquely different islands, Caribbean Showtime is proud to represent them all by celebrating diversity with programs like Connecting with Culture, Pillars of the Community, Local Talent on Parade, What's Cooking, Caribbean Sunshine, documentaries, news and sports, religious programming, and much more. Celebrating, sharing, and uniting our vibrant community. CSTV, connecting the Caribbean diaspora.
Well, a special good morning and welcome back to Caribbean Sunshine. And of course, we are here keeping you company. We have a great program lineup, and again, we want to remind you, please help us spread the word. We are also broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube, so we ask you on Facebook and YouTube, help us spread and share so we can build up our program. Remember, we are on all IPTV boxes, and coming soon, we'll be on Rogers and Bell in the next month or so. Well, of course, Tony Maroney is here with me. We want to say hello and welcome, Tony. Tony, what do you have lined up for us today?
Well, we did a horse rescue at the Rock Pile a couple of months ago. Valerie Sherman hosted that with her band, Just Heart. And she's an original artist. So she wrote a song with Earl Starr. So we have a segment of her singing a song with Earl Starr, who's a Juno Award winning R&B singer, and he won Juno for the song Angel, so best R&B and soul singer, and he's originally from Jamaica.
So that's coming up a little bit later on Tony's segment. Also, we are hoping we'll be able to speak to Dr. Maxine McLean, a founder and owner of Gratitude Keeper. Maxine will be my guest in a little bit, so we're hoping to have her if everything goes well. Because, you know, sometimes we have these technical glitches. Good morning, and again, welcome. We have listeners and viewers now. We just got, who was it? Somebody from Paris, you said?
Yeah, Marie is tuning in. She's a friend of mine in Paris right now, and she's she said she was tuning in, so I can't speak to her yet.
Okay. Well, here we go, starting off today's Sunday's program with this beautiful devotional item. Welcome and thank you for watching.
Well, before I start, I would like to firstly thank Mr. Aziz himself for having me here today and giving me this opportunity to do such an uplifting song. And I hope everybody here can join along with me. And thank you.
बोलो बोलो हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम, श्री राम के चरणों में बंके बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम, श्री राम के चरणों में बंके बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम, श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। शोभा है विष्णु में, उसकी शोभा है मोहन से। तुलसी उसकी शोभा है विष्णु में, उसकी शोभा है मोहन से। तुलसी ने जब शीश झुकाया, कंस ने कहा कि बंसी। राम मैया राम की जाने कण कण में श्री राम। बोलो बोलो हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। लिपट लिपट के राम चरण में, आंखों में गंगा जल भर ले। लिपट लिपट के राम चरण में, आंखों में गंगा जल भर ले। श्री राम को चरणशील है, पापों को स्वीकार तू कर ले। श्री राम की चरण कमल जिस तो की राम। बोलो बोलो हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। श्री राम के चरणों में बंदे बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। श्री राम के चरणों में बंदे बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। बोल बोल तू राम रमैया, जीवन फिर ना मिलगे भैया। बोल बोल तू राम रमैया, जीवन मेरे नए मिलने भैया। दुनिया तो भ्रमचाल है मूरख, राम ही पर लगाए नैया। राम की चरणों के में पायल तू विश्राम। बोल बोल हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्तों सिया राम।
That's a beautiful one indeed. I want to say thank you to Christina Prasad. Christina, that clip you saw there was for our Hanuman satsang that we had back in February. Tony, you were here for that?
Yeah, I was one of the,
Cameraman.
yeah, but not the guy with the earthquake on the keyboards.
Right, he's fast. No?
Yeah.
You know, Tony likes to criticize our West Indian people. I don't know why. But the guy is one of the fastest, one of the best, and the world knows him, Virendra Prasad. So I don't know what you're talking about. He is one of the fastest left-handed keyboard player ever.
Oh no, that guy was great. Yeah, no, I was talking about the camera guy. It felt like we were in an earthquake. But that's the style. That's a camera style.
That's an effect. But you know, coming back later, we'll be talking to you. You mentioned that that conversation you had with the gentleman last week,
Lazo.
that you had the head of a guitar that belonged to a famous bass guitarist.
The bass guitarist he had when he was touring with the Bob Marley's Wailers in South America. But I have the neck, my friend Shantaram, who's also from Guyana, he had the from 20 years ago, the bass player's guitar neck, and I put it on the body of a guitar, and it came out sounding fantastic. So
Tony's a guitar player, drummer. Monday we should probably have him do a set for us.
I do karaoke too.
Okay.
You don't want to hear me sing.
Well, Daniel from Grand
Bend.
hopefully she will be joining us to give us a little update what's happening in cottage country. And again, we're still waiting for Dr. Maxine McLean to make contact with us. But right now we go to another item, Giving You Praise, a Caribbean Gospel. This morning on Your Caribbean Sunshine. Good morning and welcome.
Do than to be praising you, yeah. There's nowhere in this world I'd rather be than to be next to you, yeah. I'm loving you so much, feeling your warm touch. This joy in my heart is because of you. Your love's everlasting, that's why I'll always sing. No one can do this the way you do. Giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, giving you praise, giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, yeah, yeah. Come on. With all my heart, I'll praise the Lord, yes, even when life seems too hard for me. I know that you always pull me through, 'cause that's how you do. I'm trusting and waiting, gonna have faith, yeah, doing this all 'cause you told me to. You'll always be my rock, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna give up on praising you. Giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, yeah, yeah. Clap my hands, step my feet, shout out loud. Come on, with all my heart and my soul, I'm always gonna give you what's deserving, yeah. You got the best of my love, oh, 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 oh. You got the best of my love, oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, I'm giving you praise, yeah, yeah. Always gonna praise you. Yeah, yeah. I need you.
Well, here we go with our Islamic segment on this morning program. Welcome if you're just watching, and again, help us by clicking that share button and invite some of your family and friends to watch as we try to bring a spark of spiritual inspiration to you and your loved one.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم بمؤمنين يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكذبون وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون وإذا قيل لهم آمنوا كما آمن الناس قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء ألا إنهم هم السفهاء ولكن لا يعلمون وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا معكم إنما نحن مستهزئون الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين مثلهم كمثل الذي استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حوله ذهب الله بنورهم وتركهم في ظلمات لا يبصرون صم بكم عمي فهم لا يرجعون أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر الموت والله محيط بالكافرين يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم كلما أضاء لهم مشوا فيه وإذا أظلم عليهم قاموا ولو شاء الله لذهب بسمعهم وأبصارهم إن الله على كل شيء قدير يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون وإن كنتم في ريب مما نزلنا على عبدنا فأتوا بسورة من مثله وادعوا شهداءكم من دون الله إن كنتم صادقين فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا فاتقوا النار التي وقودها الناس والحجارة أعدت للكافرين وبشر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أن لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار كلما رزقوا منها من ثمرة رزقا قالوا هذا الذي رزقنا من قبل وأتوا به متشابها ولهم فيها أزواج مطهرة وهم فيها خالدون صدق الله العظيم.
people see workers. We see team players who go above and beyond your expectations. For the past 2 decades, Top Notch has proudly been the supplier of choice for many companies. Our commitment and our diversity presents a united force. We collaborate with many organizations, and whether you are new to the country, simply looking for a career change, or are a company seeking out top talent, contact us today. We are here to serve you.
Farex Freight System Limited, a global leader in freight forwarding, providing trucking and warehousing services across Canada and the US of A. Farex Freight System Limited provides air and ocean freight globally. To engage our services, please email us at info@farex.com.
You see it in the playfulness of Caribbean eyes, through the genuine happiness of our smiles. It's there in the unique way we express ourselves, in the color of our cultures, in the rich flavor of our cuisine, and in the pulse of our people. So, however far you may roam, this is home. This is Caribbean Airlines, the warmth of the islands.
Organizing an indoor or outdoor special event? Trust D's Tent Rental. Choose from our wide variety of tents, tables, chairs, custom lighting, and much more. We pride ourselves on providing speedy, reliable, professional service. Our experts can help with space management and crowd flow. All of our rentals are properly cleaned and sanitized before delivery. Let D's Tent Rental do it right. D's Tent Rental. We've got you covered. Call 647-522-7566 or email us at dstentrental@gmail.com.
Indulge in an experience that awakens your senses with Nescafe Gold. Premium Arabica coffee beans, carefully selected, roasted to perfection, and finely ground, resulting in a unique and unmatched flavor and aroma that captivates the senses. Enticing aroma, smooth taste. Elevate your coffee experience with Nescafe Gold.
Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali's week of activities. His Excellency started this week by delivering the feature remarks of the commissioning ceremony of the Beechcraft King Air 350 and the Bell 412 EPI helicopter at Air Station London to Mary. The President said the introduction of these additional aircraft signals the dawning of a transformational era for the Defence Force, adding that it complements the larger asset human resource.
We're sparing no effort in ensuring that we put our Guyana Defence Force and the Air Corps in the front line of modernization and transformation, and creating an environment in which we are not second to none, but only second to ourselves. This vision requires transformation in thinking.
The Commander-in-Chief noted that government is investing heavily in building the human resource capacity, and to this end, a civil aviation school is in the pipeline to provide advanced training.
I've authorized work to be concluded before the third quarter in this year, to have a full presentation to the Defense Board of aviation school, military and civil aviation school, to be run by the Air Corps, to be managed by the Air Corps, where we're going to reach out to all our retired assets from the Air Corps and those regionally, as we seek to build one of the most modern, advanced aviation schools in the Caribbean here in Guyana.
Over 87,000 children are the beneficiaries of the National School Feeding Program. This $2.1 billion initiative provides juice, biscuits, breakfast, and hot meals to learners.
A total of 87,634 students are benefiting from school feeding, 42,735 from juice and biscuits, 29,691 from hot meal, and 15,208 from breakfast.
On Tuesday, President Ali met with multi-talented athlete Emmanuel Archibald, who won Guyana's first ever 100-meter gold medal with a 10.24-second run at the recently concluded Central American and Caribbean Games in El Salvador. The head of state extended hearty congratulations to the young athlete on his triumph. The president also pledged his unwavering support to help Archibald further develop. With $1.8 billion being spent this year to further promote the Guyana Online Academy of Learning Gold Scholarships program, government is on track to fulfilling its manifesto commitment of providing 20,000 online scholarships.
In the Gold Scholarship program, we have close to 17,000 students who were granted scholarships so far.
A massive $3 billion has been invested in the purchase of textbooks to ensure every child has access to adequate learning resources.
By the end of this year, all primary, secondary school students will have access to a minimum of 4 textbooks per student due to this investment in the education sector.
On Wednesday, the president met with a team of executives from Caribbean Airlines at the office of the president. Discussions focused on building a stronger relationship between the company and Guyana. Issues of concern relating to in-transit, possible increase of routes, increase the frequency of flights, and building out strategic commercial alliances in new areas of business were also discussed. With rice accounting for approximately 60% of Guyana's agriculture export, its production is estimated to significantly grow by 79% to 1 million metric tons by 2025. Rice yield has seen an increase from 5.9 metric tons per hectare in 2019 to 6.2 metric tons per hectare in 2023.
We're working now on expanding our rice production. We had record production of rice grains from 789 metric tons in 2021 to 625,092 metric tons so far, 12% increase. Rice exports from 2020 to 2023 are estimated at 1.7 million metric tons, valued at US $743 million.
Dr. Ali administered the oath of office to members of the Public Service Commission on Thursday. The president emphasized the importance of transparency, accountability, efficiency, and credibility in how the public sector is run.
You, the newly sworn-in members of the Commission, are tasked with an important responsibility to ensure that the public service is populated by persons who possess the necessary skills, knowledge, and experience to service the people and to propel the country's development.
The Commission members are Mr. Maniram Prasad, Mr. Maurice Rudranath Gajadar, Mrs. Melsita Agatha Bavel, Mrs. Chandrawati Leela Ramson, Mr. Mohandat Gulsaran, and Ms. Janice Isabella Bowen. A total of 4,213 teachers were trained to utilize the renewed curricula at the nursery and primary levels, which will help to accommodate many learning capabilities.
By the end of this year, a total of 4,913 teachers would have completed this training to deliver the new curriculum. A 5-year strategic operational plan has been developed and costed that will inform the attention given to our students with special needs education.
His Excellency also attended a night of reflection on the life of the late Senior Counsel Ashton Chase at Freedom House, Robb Street, Georgetown. Plans have been unveiled to redesign Guyana's premier healthcare institution, the Guyana Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, into a new state-of-the-art standalone hospital. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali said the transformation of GPHC will be the biggest health venture ever in CARICOM.
These digital x-rays will abandon old technology for processing films. Doctor can read images anywhere in the world. And we are linking our healthcare system with health providers around the world. So we have a wider pool of specialists to help us as we develop this modern healthcare infrastructure.
As Guyana experiences exponential development, infrastructural investment in the housing sector has increased from $17.2 billion in 2021 to approximately $53.3 billion in 2023, representing a 340% growth. President Ali made the announcement during a press conference on Wednesday. The investment includes the upgrade of almost 69.4 kilometers of roads, with an additional 341 kilometers planned for 2023.
And this is only in the housing sector I'm speaking about. From 2021 to 2022, 19.55 kilometers of highway was constructed, with an additional 17.6 kilometers planned for 2023. Specifically, 1.6 kilometer of the 4-lane connector of Great Diamond is in progress, while procurement is underway for 16 kilometers of 4-lane highway from Great Diamond to Craig and then to Land of Canaan.
Another notable achievement is Guyana's projected growth at an average of 25% annually from 2023 to 2026, with growth in the non-oil sector projected at 7.9% this year. This will build on the 11.5% growth in the non-oil sector in 2022, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali disclosed during a press conference on Wednesday.
Despite challenges, Guyana managed to grow its economy and put measures in place to reduce the burden of elevated prices on citizens, while at the same time prudently managing financial resources.
At the end of 2022, Guyana's debt-to-GDP ratio stood at 24.6%. The reduction is significant when compared to a ratio of 38.9% just 1 year prior.
If you look at economic growth estimates, the world is estimated to grow at 2.8% in 2023. Advanced economies are expected to grow at 1.3%. Latin America and the Caribbean, 1.6%. The Caribbean tourism-dependent countries at 3.2%. Caribbean commodity exporters, 18.7%, and Guyana is expected to grow at 25.1%.
This, the president said, demonstrates government's commitment to prudent fiscal management. The head of state during the press conference unveiled many achievements in the health sector, including the lowest child mortality rate to ever be recorded in Guyana's history. The life expectancy of Guyanese has now increased to 70 years compared to 68 in 2020.
Our goal is to increase life expectancy to 72 by 2026 and 75 by 2030. The second issue, reduction of child mortality. Child mortality has slowly improved and is now the lowest it has ever been in our history. It is now 13 per 1,000 births versus 19 per 1,000 births in 2020 when we came into government. You don't hear these every day. You don't see the headlines reflecting these in the media. This is the reality of the Guyana you live in. This is the result of the investment the government is making. Real results, real benefit, real transformation for the people of our country.
In keeping with government's continued efforts to enhance education at all levels, Spanish will be a required subject in the primary school curriculum, beginning in September. This was also announced at the President's press conference. His Excellency also announced that all members of the Commission of Inquiry, COI, tasked to investigate the deadly fire at the Madias Girls' Dormitory is likely to be announced shortly.
I'm hoping that before the end of this week that we can have the full complement constituted for the COI.
Dr. Ali has highlighted the need for a joint approach between Guyana and Canada to address the shared human resource deficit. The President was speaking at the Canada Day reception held at the Canadian High Commissioner's residence Thursday evening.
I think as we celebrate today that we take a joint approach in terms of the human resource deficit, and to see how we can work out a common agenda through which we can build a system that supports the requirement of both countries and our region as a whole.
This area of development is already seeing concentrated efforts as the Government of Canada facilitates a number of training initiatives to promote the diversification of Guyana's workforce.
We're seeing the results of this. We're seeing the improvement in service. But I want to position Guyana as an important destination for the provision of regional human resource assets to meet the skill deficit of countries around the region.
Further, the head of state said establishing accredited training facilities will strengthen ties with Canada.
We encourage Canadian accredited institutions to establish their footprint in Guyana for the training of nurses to meet your own demand, for the training of medical technicians to meet your own demand, and also to meet the regional demand.
On Friday afternoon, President Ali attended the funeral ceremony for the late Ashton Chase.
Ashton Chase was a symbol of grace and elegance. In all that I've said, this man was a symbol of grace and elegance. Two of the things Pauline took from him fully. Pauline is my good friend, I can rub her anytime. He has a dignified presence that resonated with the weight of his conviction and the wisdom of the years of struggle within the union movement. The Cooperative Republic of Guyana has honored him deservedly with the nation's highest national award, the Order of Excellence. Today, as we say goodbye to Comrade Ashton Chase, we do so fully aware of his selfless service to our country. We do so with pride in our hearts that he walked and worked among us. His life reminds us that our sole purpose in this human existence is service to humanity.
On Friday afternoon, President Ali swore in the new members of the Judicial Service Commission. The JSC is tasked with advising the President on the appointment of judges, with the exception of the Chancellor of Judiciary and the Chief Justice. It also exercises disciplinary control over persons in judicial offices.
Our judicial system is not without its challenges. We are woefully short of our full complement of judges and magistrates. This naturally has placed greater burdens on the existing pool of judicial officers. Now that the JSC is in place, it is anticipated that some of those burdens will be lifted and thereby allow for a smoother turning of the wheels of justice.
Later that day, President Ali distributed 49 land titles to residents of Acme Housing Scheme, Virgin Nugent, East Bank, Essequibo. The distribution exercise is a follow-up from a meeting between the head of state and residents of the scheme who had indicated their desire of having the co-op scheme regularized.
This is part of our government commitment to ensuring that we improve the standard of living, give you better conditions under which you live, and ensure that there is empowerment at every level. And your title gives you empowerment. It allows you the opportunity to access financing. It allows you the opportunity to capitalize on your assets. Some of you can now move towards a loan through which you can invest in small businesses. And this is the power of home ownership, and land ownership.
Government is making critical investments in the maintenance of drainage and irrigation systems and farm-to-market access roads as part of its aggressive food security agenda. Drainage and irrigation work not only to mitigate flooding, but also help to provide farmers with improved access to their farmlands for their produce.
From 8.4 billion in 2019 to 19.7 billion in 2023. This is the increase in investment in drainage and irrigation, a 135% increase. We're opening up new lands with approximately 260 kilometers of farm-to-market access road, Fairweather Road and All-Weather Road. We have been able to open up more than 50,000 acres of new land for production.
This was the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for watching. Do join us again next time.
You see it in the playfulness of Caribbean eyes, through the genuine happiness of our smiles. It's there in the unique way we express ourselves, in the color of our cultures, in the rich flavor of our cuisine, and in the pulse of our people. So, however far you may roam, this is home. This is Caribbean Airlines, the warmth of the islands.
Sunday, August 6th, Day 3 of SOS Fest 2023 is Reviver, the Chutney Concert. From day till evening, Reviver, featuring the biggest chutney music artists and bands from across the globe, all together on one stage for the first time ever. Taking place at the historic Markham Fairgrounds, Day 3 of Summer of Soca Festival 2023 is Reviver, the Chutney Concert. Day till evening. Single day tickets and weekend passes now available. For full lineups, tickets, and info, visit www.sosfestto.com.
Varex Freight System Limited, a global leader in freight forwarding, providing trucking and warehousing services across Canada and the US of A. Varex Freight System Limited provides air and ocean freight globally. To engage our services, please email us at info@varex.com.
Friday, August 4th is Juve Night. SOS Fest presents Colors. More powder, more water. The biggest event on Toronto Carnival Friday returns to the historic Markham Fairgrounds. Day 1 of Summer of Soca Festival 2023 is Colors. Featuring the world's biggest artists and live bands on one iconic stage. Single day tickets and weekend passes now available. For full lineups, tickets, and info, visit www.sosfestto.com.
I'm Kieran. And I'm Kristen. And you're watching Caribbean Sunshine.
Caribbean Showtime, embracing and celebrating diversity. For many, the journey of our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean has been a search for a new home, where opportunities abound, where migrants from every country around the world find a new beginning, a new career, a new and better life. A place where their hard work and contribution to this great country will pay off for generations to come. And although they may be from uniquely different islands, Caribbean Showtime is proud to represent them all by celebrating diversity with programs like Connecting with Culture, Pillars of the Community, Local Talent on Parade, What's Cooking, Caribbean Sunshine, documentaries, news and sports, religious programming, and much more. Celebrating, sharing, and uniting our vibrant community. CSTV, connecting the Caribbean diaspora.
She had me thinking, oh, she had me drinking, oh, she had me thinking, why we done, oh, she had me drinking only rum, come back my lover, it can't be over, since you're gone I get bun, come back my lover, it can't be over, since you're gone I get bun, oh, she had me thinking, why we done, ah, she had me drinking only rum. Every night I hope in and pray just for you to please forgive me. Baby, stay. Every night I hope in and pray just for you to please forgive me. Since you leave me and gone, my world is done. Oh, she had me thinking, why we done. Oh, she had me drinking only rum. Come back, my lover, it can't be over. Since you're gone, done, 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 done. Ah, she had me drinking only rum, 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 rum. Girl, I promise to change my ways. I will do whatever you say from today. Girl, I promise to change my ways. I will do whatever you say. No more love in my life. Since you're gone, I have none, none, none. Since you're gone, I have none, none, none. Since you're gone, I have none, none, none. Since you're gone, I have none, none, none.
We're Sunshine Smoothies, and you're watching Caribbean Sunshine.
Bismillah, Bismillah.
Yusuf Day of Hope, in collaboration with Penny Appeal Canada, presents their 17th annual Family Day at the Paul Coffee Park Area A, 3430 Derry Road East in Mississauga. Highlights include burgers, barbecue, snacks, roasted corn, hot dogs, snow cone, games, door prizes, face painting and much, much more. Tickets are available now. For tickets and info, call 647-289-2629 or visit www.ydoh.ca. This event is in support of Sick Kids, Humber River Health Foundation and Dean Support Services. Caribbean Showtime TV and Shabdam Radio are proud media partners for this event.
Bismillah, 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 Noor Allah.
Twilight Family Restaurant and Bar is Scarborough's largest West Indian family restaurant. Come and sample our delicious appetizers like our chicken wings, black pudding, and spicy shrimp. Great entrees such as chili chicken and Twilight Spicy Chicken. Give us a call at 416-754-6894. Twilight Restaurant and Bar, serving the best in Guyanese Chinese cuisine for the past 8 years.
So if I take it for granted, don't I promise from today I go jump like I never jump, wave like I never wave, wine like I never wine before, just to show you I'm sorry, and I need you back in my life. Look at people by the truck, emotions running high, we end up in the sky, tears running down we high. Can't you tell that we sorry, and we need you back in we life. I need my girl back home.
Jazz Supermarket in Brampton is the preferred place to shop for all your Caribbean grocery needs. You're guaranteed fresh fruits and vegetables as shipments arrive twice a week. Whether you're sending a barrel, money, or just need to find a certain ingredient to get that back home taste, Jazz Supermarket has it all. You can even stock up with poultry or meat from the halal meat counter, CDs, gift items, or fresh bread and pastries from the bakery. Caribbean jewelry and ready-made casual clothing now available. Come visit Jazz Supermarket, 9025 Torbram Road at the corner of Queen and Torbram in Brampton, where friendly service awaits you.
Well, welcome back. Hearing a crackling noise happening here.
Oh,
so
I don't know. I didn't scratch my back.
So we need to sort that out. We just want to say coming up in a little bit. By the way, Tony, we have that piece to play yet with
Earl Starr.
Earl Starr, that's yet to come. We have standby Dr. Maxine McLean. Not sure if that audio is coming from her end. So Akua, let's see if we could go now live to Dr. Maxine McLean. There she is. Good morning, Dr. Maxine. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I think we're not hearing a little bit. The audio is a little bit unclear. Can you hear me?
The audio is a little bit fuzzy, Richard.
Yeah. Okay. So we take a short commercial break and we'll come back and try to sort that out. You're watching Caribbean Sunshine, and my next guest, you don't want to miss this interview. This is an amazing individual, and you'll have to tune in to hear a little bit about what she does and how she can help you. We'll be right back.
So you own a business, have an event you want people to know about. You want to spread the word to as many people as possible that your product or service exists. Call AdWorks International. AdWorks is an advertising agency which utilizes professionals in radio, television, and print advertising to help you get your company's message across. Your ad will be noticed by more people more quickly. AdWorks from concept to completion will deliver an ad that works. AdWorks International. Call 416-832-7293.
Saturday, August 5th is the concert the entire city, country, and culture has waited for. SOS Fest presents Carnival Kingdom. The biggest live artist and band spectacle on Toronto Carnival Saturday night, returning to the historic Markham Fairgrounds. Day 2 of Summer of Soca Festival 2023.
All soca lovers do this. Show me your hand. Show me your hand. Show me your hand. Show me your hand.
Is Carnival Kingdom, the concert, featuring the world's biggest artists and live bands on one iconic stage. Single day tickets and weekend passes now available. For full lineups, tickets, and info, visit www.sosfestto.com.
When thinking of shipping a barrel, box, or sending money back home, think of the name you can trust. Think Lepakan. Lepakan has been serving our community for over 25 years, and a significant portion of every dollar spent at Lepakan goes to work in our community, here and back home. Together, we are making a difference. For your shipping and money transfer needs, call Lepakan 416-292-4370. Lepakan, the name we can trust.
Jazz Supermarket in Brampton is the preferred place to shop for all your Caribbean grocery needs. You are guaranteed fresh fruits and vegetables as shipments arrive twice a week. Whether you're sending a barrel, money, or just need to find a certain ingredient to get that back home taste, Jazz Supermarket has it all. You can even stock up with poultry or meat from the halal meat counter, CDs, gift items, or fresh bread and pastries from the bakery. Caribbean jewelry and ready-made casual clothing now available. Come visit Jazz Supermarket, 9025 Torbram Road at the corner of Queen and Torbram in Brampton, where friendly service awaits you.
Well, here we go. We're back, and how's the audio now, my friend?
Much better.
Perfect. Okay, so want to say thank you for taking the time to join us today, and I know it's the first time we are making this connection, so thank you very much. A little bit about Dr. Maxine. Dr. Maxine McLean, founder and owner of Gratitude Keeper, an organization dedicated to motivating others to build a stronger emotional core and to connect with their energetic self, has launched a brand new product line to support mental wellness, including the high anticipated book Gratitude Keeper Volume 1, No Rain, No Water, The Healing Art of Gratitude. Her book was forwarded by Dan Hill, Grammy and Juno Award winner, Sometimes When We Touch. Accompanying products present and transformation approach to physical, mental, and spiritual holistic health while inspiring and uplifting her audience. Author, inventor, therapist, innovative healer, humanitarian, holistic health expert, Dr. Maxine McLean has a wealth of expertise and passion for helping people overcome their life challenges and reach their full potential. A lot we have just said, and there's so much more we could tell you about Dr. Maxine. Dr. Maxine, I want to ask you first off, coming out with COVID in the backdrop, how you have find your business and the need for what you do, has it increased over the past couple of years? Do you see your work as more importantly now for our community?
Absolutely, Richard. It's more relevant now than before. There's so many people that are trying to cope with anxieties and fears. You know, they're not quite sure what's going on, how they fit in. They still have anxiety about the vaccine and the after effects. So yes, it's more relevant now than before.
And I've been saying during the COVID even, you know, we have so many spiritual institutions that they're always still asking to collect money. But I always say out loud why it is they don't get experts like yourself to train them so they could cascade down some techniques so that some of the seniors, those who are shut in, those who need help to cope, even sharing with them ways in which they could create conversation pods where they could talk to other seniors, for example, 5-10 minutes a week, so that they could have that duty to pick up the phone and call 2 others and chat with them. What are some of the techniques that you apply? You mentioned here spirituality, and your publicist in conversation had mentioned you're gifted and you use that spiritual gift with your teaching and academic knowledge as far as executing some of the therapy that you share with your patients.
Well, I think, Richard, to be fair, there are quite a few organizations out there or people, that are doing all they can to help minimize the anxieties that are encountered. However, in terms of myself, I do share inspired medicine messages. These are messages that I've received, I've recorded to music, and they're available on my website, MaxineMcLean.com. You can go there and download these messages and listen to them. They actually help your body to release healing hormones that can help you to heal. And they're fantastic. I also do a lot of breathing techniques. Some of these things are very helpful. Absolutely.
Your book, Gratitude Keeper, Volume 1. Tell us a little bit about this book.
Well, that's an interesting story. I wrote that book. It took me about 5 years to write that book because there were so many experiences that I was dealing with. And what I love about this book, Gratitude Keeper, is that I've shared my story with you. But in terms of sharing my story, at the end of each chapter, there is a lesson. There's a lesson that I've shared for you to learn from my experiences. And in that book, I've also got inspired medicine messages that you can follow, you can meditate to, and wonderful quotes. It's a beautiful feel. The book feels really nice and velvety. It's a wonderful experience. I didn't just want to write a book for the sake of you reading a book. I wanted my readers to also have an experience once they hold the book in their hand. So it's a wonderful book to have. And again, this is available on my website, MaxineMcLean.com. You can also go to Amazon.ca and download it there.
Originally, you hailed from Jamaica.
Yes.
And you are involved with a project in Kenya. Could you tell us a little bit about this project?
The story is actually in my book. It's a full story. But I was concerned about, I was ordering soapstone boxes from Kenya to create my gratitude boxes. And then I got to recognize that in the villages there, in the rural areas, people are
go to her, Lona.
Pardon me? Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
In the rural areas of Kenya, what I came to recognize is that people were walking for very long distances to get drinking water. And when they took that journey, they would have to throw rocks in the water to see where the crocodiles were. And if they missed the crocodiles, then they would get eaten. So on this particular day, a mother of 3 children, a pregnant mother actually, of 3 children, ventured out on this journey to get water and missed the crocodiles. And sure enough, the people stood there while she was being eaten by the crocodile. I was really, I thought the story was, crazy. After all these years, we're still here. We're not recognizing that there are people in different parts of the world, in rural areas, that don't have clean water. They don't have drinking water, and they have to walk for miles and miles and miles on a weekly basis to get water. And so I started the journey of providing potable water. And it's a journey that I'm really passionate about. So I've completed building wells in Karina Village in Kenya, where now thousands of people venture out each day to get clean water. And I'm continuing that journey in different villages. So I do have a link on my website that allows my readers to go there and donate as they feel, as they feel they can, and help me to make this journey possible for so many people.
Well, I must congratulate you and compliment you on that. I mentioned Jamaica because I'm from Trinidad, and I'm not sure if you had similar experiences even growing up. I remember we had tap-borne water in our home, but there are some people who would have to use what we call a standpipe. And those were interesting stories because sometimes you used to have fight at the standpipe because somebody might plug a hose in and they collected too much water, or their buckets were too big. There's always some bacchanal going on. Have you had that type of experience growing up in Jamaica?
Oh my gosh, Richard, you just touched the nail on the head. I did. So again, that story is in my book. We didn't have pipe water. We got our water strictly from rainfall. So my grandfather built us tanks. You know those tanks, Richard?
Yes, the water tanks.
Very deep into the ground.
Yes.
And so when we had a rainfall, these tanks would fill up with water, and we would go there and fetch the water to do everything. And that's why I'm so passionate now about helping these people, because I'm looking at my age, how far we've come. And when I did my studies, I recognized something very interesting, that maybe about, I would say 97% of the people in the world that don't have clean water to drink, or water period, are people of color. And so that makes me even more passionate about making sure that this journey is a successful one.
Well, I know as a Muslim, we do those well building, tree planting, as doing something for those who are no longer with us. There's an Arabic word that they describe that, a phrase. And when you build a well and people could drink from it or benefit from it, or you build a mosque and people could go pray from it, or plant a tree that could give the world oxygen and shade and stuff like that, the reward is tremendous for the deceased in whose name we did it in. So I know many of our viewers are Muslim and would relate to a project like yours. Now, there are many in Pakistan and Egypt and other places in the world that we rush to give. I would like to suggest today that we get in touch with Dr. Maxine and see what the cost is and how you can contribute. So I wanted to say thank you very much. I mean, you're a professional therapist. You are writing and sharing your knowledge as an author. You are still finding time to help, but not only here, but as far away as Kenya. I mean, God bless you, and we need more people like you. Hence the reason why we'd love to give you some time on this station where you too could come and share with the world and engage people, not only in ways in which they can help themselves mentally, but of course give them an opportunity to do some good, because it's satisfying to volunteer and to give back. You would have covered that in your studies. You mind sharing what are some of the benefits in giving back as far as mental health?
Oh, Richard, beautiful. Beautiful question. It releases healing hormones in your brain. Wonderful hormones that helps to reduce anxiety, helps to reduce fear, and helps your body to heal. That's the power of giving.
Also, in your practice, what are some of the things that set you apart from the traditional therapist that someone would call or go to or visit when it comes to mental health, stresses, anxiety, etc.?
Well, I think for me, Richard, I focus more on your thoughts. What thoughts do you have? What mantras have you developed throughout the day? There are mantras that we develop that we don't really think about. We just keep repeating them, like, those kids are killing me, or, this work. I'm sick and tired of this work. My back is driving me crazy, or my head is driving me crazy. And I find that when people continue to repeat those, it becomes their mantras, which releases those hormones in the brain that actually brings about exactly what they're saying. So I try to help people to switch those negative thoughts more to positive thoughts that can help their bodies to heal by stimulating or releasing the right hormones.
Okay, so let's say we are giving a little session here. I have issues where sometimes a mental thought, if I remember I have to complete a task, it just gives me butterflies and I get sick just thinking about what I have to do. For example, if I have to go speak to a lawyer who I dread to talk to and I keep putting it off, what are some of the techniques that we could use to overcome some of these fears? And you mentioned at the top of the program, breathing exercises, etc. Is there anything you could share with our viewers that might be able to help them with some little techniques, some coping skills?
Actually, I think for that, you would want to take a deep inhalation in through your nose, hold that for a count of 5, release through your mouth, and repeat that 5 times.
So through your nostril, inhale.
Yes, hold for a count of 5, then release through your mouth. Repeat this 5 times.
And you also saw something like that, and there were some numbers, 5, 4, and 8, or something like that.
No, there's so many different breathing techniques, Richard, but this one in particular is to inhale through your nose, hold it for a count of 5, then release through your mouth.
Okay.
And you want to repeat this 5 times.
So there you go. Look, some easy coping technique. Again, to contact Dr. Maxine, can you give us a phone number where you can be reached? I know you could, and also your website, so someone could go right now and take a look.
So at my website, Maxine, MAXINE, MCLEAN.com. You can go there.
MaxineMcLean.com.
Yes, MaxineMcLean.com.
Akua, if you would just put up the CG again so people could see at least Dr. Maxine and her spelling, so we can get that done. So I think Akua probably step away or something, boy. Here we go. So Dr. Maxine, it's been a pleasure. I know this is an interview we have had plans to do for a while. I want to apologize that we didn't get around to it, but I'm sure your appearance on this program, we'd have many of those. Anything you'd like to add in closing?
I have a goal to sell over 50 million books within the next short while. So our listeners can support this by going to Amazon.ca and order Gratitude Keeper, No Rain, No Water. That would be a huge help. And a portion of that would go towards building wells in different parts of the world.
Well, the next time we talk, or whenever you get a chance to start your own program, I think it would be interesting to see some of the wells and the villages that you're working in Kenya.
Absolutely.
And looking forward to hearing more of your story. Well, I want to say thank you very much to Danielle for making this interview all possible, and we talk to you again. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Richard, for having me. Goodbye.
And again, we were talking to Dr. Maxine McLean, and again, you could visit her website at MaxineMcLean.com. We'll be back after this quick commercial break. Thank you for watching.
You see it in the playfulness of Caribbean eyes, through the genuine happiness of our smiles. It's there in the unique way we express ourselves, in the color of our cultures, in the rich flavor of our cuisine, and in the pulse of our people. So, however far you may roam, this is home. This is Caribbean Airlines, the warmth of the islands.
Sunday, August 6th, Day 3 of SOS Fest 2023 is Reviver, the Chutney Concert. From day till evening, Reviver, featuring the biggest chutney music artists and bands from across the globe, all together on one stage for the first time ever. Taking place at the historic Markham Fairgrounds, Day 3 of Summer of Soca Festival 2023 is Reviver, the Chutney Concert. Day till evening. Single day tickets and weekend passes now available. For full lineups, tickets, and info, visit www.sosfestto.com.
Farex Freight System Limited, a global leader in freight forwarding, providing trucking and warehousing services across Canada and the US of A. Farex Freight System Limited provides air and ocean freight globally. To engage our services, please email us at info@farex.com.
Friday, August 4th is Juve Night. SOS Fest presents Colors. More powder, more water. The biggest event on Toronto Carnival Friday returns to the historic Markham Fairgrounds. Day 1 of Summer of Soca Festival 2023 is Colors. Featuring the world's biggest artists and live bands on one iconic stage. Single day tickets and weekend passes now available. For full lineups, tickets, and info, visit www.sosfestto.com.
I'm Kieran. And I'm Kristen. And you're watching Caribbean Sunshine.
Well, here we are. We're back. And I want to say hello to Valerie Sherman. She just spoke to me, and she's written this song coming up with Earl Starr. Earl Starr is a Juno Award-winning R&B artist. He won the Juno for Best R&B and Soul back a few years back for a song called Angel. But here he's doing a duo with Valerie Sherman. Valerie's a fantastic singer. She has a solo album out right now, and she plays with a Heart tribute band. So we like to promote local artists, and Valerie and Earl are local. So we're going to them live at the Rock Pile. Valerie had done a horse rescue. She's saving horses. She's been doing it for quite a few years, but she put a full day show together where Earl came up and was a guest singer. So here we have their original song.
And let's put our hands together for Errol Starr Francis. Come on, Errol. Let's hear it for the boy.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Valerie. Thank you. I would just want to say it's just a pleasure and an honor to be here with everyone tonight, because you guys are all supporting this wonderful cause. You know, horses have been with us for so long and helped us in so many different ways, and it's so wonderful to see everybody out all day long. It's been all kinds of people coming out and showing their respect and helping to support what she's doing. It's amazing. Thank you. I want to hear an applause for that. Yeah.
Now, just to let you know a little bit about Errol Starr, he's done so many great things. Played with Kim Richardson. He's played with so many great singing artists over the years. I've gone together with the guys
and
in
with
Moxie
you as
too.
well.
And me, of course. So this time we collaborated on a song. We co-wrote a song called Once Upon a Time. And it caught the ear of Walt Disney, so they're thinking of grabbing this song for their catalog. So I might not be able to put it on the album, but this is a song I can play it live. And it's called Once Upon a Time. It's kind of like a period song going way back about a couple that got together years ago, and their love story is told for years and years and years. It's called Once Upon a Time, right?
Yes.
So Errol wrote the music, I wrote the melody and the lyrics. We collabed. Listen up.
Seems only yesterday, love so
like a thunderstorm to help to keep me strong.
Can't you see we're just two bleeding hearts? What brings us closer can tear us far apart. Once upon a time in a story, heading into the wind, we'll show the world together we were born to love again. Wipe down those tears together, making love in the rain. Once upon a time, let's remember we were born to love again. I want the world to know the story that's untold, yeah. And what you mean to me is going down a toll, yeah.
Even though the stage rise into the dawn, barely awake you hear our music in a song. Forever.
Can't you see we're just two bleeding hearts? What brings us closer could tear us far apart. Once upon a time in a story, we're heading into the wind, yeah. We'll sail the world together, we were born to love again. We'll all those years together, making love in the rain. Once upon a time, let's remember we were born to love again, yeah. No inhibitions, woo! Even though we both have my death and the kingdom, my pride brings us right back here. Once upon a time in a story, bring it closer again.
We show the world together, we were born to love again.
We'll bring those tears together, making love in the rain. Once upon a time to story, we were born to love again. Fall in love, fall in love. Once upon a time, fall in love, fall in love. Once upon a time.
Woo! Thank you so much, you guys.
Valerie Sherman!
Errol Starr! You gotta get together with this guy, tell him he's around. Thank you very much.
Thank
you
you.
like that song? That's called Once Upon a Time. Thank you so much. Let's hear for Errol. You good up to sing that song with me? Love you, man. Love you.
Caribbean Showtime, embracing and celebrating diversity. For many, the journey of our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean has been a search for a new home, where opportunities abound, where migrants from every country around the world find a new beginning, a new career, a new and better life. A place where their hard work and contribution to this great country will pay off for generations to come. And although they may be from uniquely different islands, Caribbean Showtime is proud to represent them all by celebrating diversity with programs like Connecting with Culture, Pillars of the Community, Local Talent on Parade, What's Cooking, Caribbean Sunshine, documentaries, news and sports, religious programming, and much more. Celebrating, sharing, and uniting our vibrant community. CSTV, connecting the Caribbean diaspora.
Well, Errol Starr, that was a great one. And friends, we are promoting our local artists here. And of course, Tony is a regular at the Rock Pile. And I must say, as the young lady mentioned, that she was Walt Disney apparently liked this and was considering it for their collection. So you never know, one day you might hear it in a movie. And the thing I like about some of the guests that we are featuring today, she is a rock star, she's a beautiful lady, but at the same time she do these horse rescue things.
She's been doing that quite a few years now, and I've worked with her a lot on these horse rescues.
So you could tell he worked on a ranch, right? So Cowboy Tony. Well, thank you very much, and Tony, for that. And guys, listen, it doesn't have to be all Caribbean. We are in Canada. We have many cultures here, and we will be featuring time and time again some of our local artists, and we are here for that purpose. We now go to JB. Let's see if we can bring him up. He is one of the people with the Albion Islington event that is coming up next weekend. There he is, JB. My brother, good morning and welcome to the program. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. I'm really happy to be here. I've seen the studio set up for CSTV, and I'm really happy to be a part of this, and I get a chance to promote my event, so it's really great.
Well, that's part of your mandate. So I want you to tell me, you sell this event. It's coming up next weekend. You are in charge of the social media campaign. Tell us a little bit about how your work, what it is you do to promote an event, and how, if even someone wanted to use your services, we can get them your number. And also tell us about the event, first of all.
Okay, so the event is called Fusion of Taste Festival. It is hosted by Albion Islington BIA. So what a BIA essentially is that it's a designated zone dedicated by the City of Toronto, where a lot of small plazas, like small businesses in different plazas, come together to form like a business improvement area. So the BIA does a lot of events to promote the local stores, and one of the events is what I'm a part of. It's called the Fusion of Taste. It is the 14th annual Fusion of Taste Festival that we are looking to celebrate in the upcoming week. The date for the festival is July 22nd, and it's a Saturday, so which makes it easy for everyone to find time, because summer weekends are all about like celebration and festivities. So it is on the 22nd of July, and the festival is going to be above and beyond this year, because we have a lot of individual artists. Like you rightly said previous to my session, that Canada is a multicultural place, and the festival aims at bringing that multiculturalism to the streets of Etobicoke. What we are essentially doing for the festival is we are blocking an entire street from Albion Islington Square, the main intersection, to the funeral home and beyond. So the entire street is going to be blocked. We have a huge stage where there'll be a lot of performances from India, South Asia, like Caribbean dances, Tassa Cruise.
Dole, to tell you more about the
Dole drummers, most definitely. One of the most active members in our BIA is the Roti Roti Place, that was previously a part of one of your shows, I believe. And he is going to do something very unique this festival. He's going to attempt a world record by trying to make the world's largest roti. So that is one of the key highlights of the festival. Then, of course, there's a doubles eating championship where people have already signed up, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, and it's going to bring summer vibes to Etobicoke.
And you mentioned Roti Roti. Ronnie Ramsawak is the new chairperson of the BIA for that area, and he had coined the phrase Albion Islington, the new downtown Etobicoke, and it's fast becoming, in fact, the hub. So Ronnie is an excellent friend, and he's been giving a lot to his community. So I'm happy to see that they're doing this. In fact, he mentioned in an interview we had with him at Caribbean Showtime yesterday, that he is trying now to twin Etobicoke with Trinidad, Davie and Penal, and already speaking to the chairperson of that regional corporation. So you did excellent in running down the quick list of all the things and activities that are happening. How is your role impacting this festival? What it is you do, and tell us how it's impacting the festival.
So basically, we are a part of the social media team at Albion Islington BIA. It's not just me. For any successful festival, you need a team. We work under guidance from one of our superiors, and we are 3 members in a team. It's me, Ria, and Angel. And our primary agenda is to promote the festival. And we are also a part of the BIA because we do a lot of work for the small business owners. Like, I think Albion Islington BIA is the most wholesome BIA because it has a bit of everything, like right from 24-hour coin laundries to dentists, shops, lawyers, accountants, medical centers, a gym, at least 7 or 8 jewelry stores, and similarly like 7 or 8 clothing stores that cater to like regional fashion. So all said and done, the BIA encompasses almost every aspect of life. We even have like a funeral home in our BIA, which does great work for the community, and there's a church that does a lot of stuff. So what I'm trying to say here is that the BIA has a lot of different avenues, and as the social media team, our role is to promote small businesses, help them out with their Google ads, help them make content for social media so that they can get more walk-ins. We do like an all-encompassing digital footprint for small businesses. So that's where my particular role comes into picture. And we have been doing it. And of course, we promote the festival because it's also a big thing for social media. And this time we are hoping to have like the biggest footfall ever because it's a nicely organized festival with food stalls. You have free hot dogs and water for whoever walks into the festival grounds. There's going to be constant live performances, magicians, a zone for kids, a special zone for like car shows and stuff. So it's going to be lit, as the new generation says.
That's right.
So that's what's it about. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for dropping in, and I just wanted to get that in. So I just want to say you quickly get yourself together and was able to do this. You visited the studio here. You indicated you would like to join us. Why is that?
Yep. So my background back at home in India was a journalist. I used to do blogs and articles for the Times of India, which is one of Asia's biggest English newspapers. And I've always been drawn to journalism in some form. But once I migrated, I realized that Canada doesn't read newspapers much. So I had to move on to multimedia platforms like CSTV because people often want like audiovisually appealing news. So I could put this up together really quick. That's why you can see my room in the background with all the.
But I want to say, JB, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Since the first day we met, you saw the studio. What do you think about it?
So I really like the setup. It's completely modernized. You're not just pandering to. Of course, it's focused on a Caribbean channel, but I'm really amazed at how diverse your content is, even on the radio and the TV show. So I'm not big on like studio equipments and stuff because I'm still learning about the various equipments, but it's the most high-tech setup that I have seen so far. And I really like what you're doing with the studio.
Well, I think, we've been asking time and time again for people, but I believe, honestly, this is a higher calling. God had sent some good people to us, and slowly it's coming together. So we'd be happy and would like to say right here, right now, officially, we would like to welcome you to the team here at CSTV, and you could practice your trade and, of course, help us to improve and grow. So welcome aboard, my brother. You're like a little brother to me, and we are proud to have you joining us and the family here at CSTV. So you would be seeing that handsome face a little more often on the set and probably soon his own program. Right, Tony?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I would love for that to happen.
we have wrapping it up here now. So thank you very much and see you soon, okay?
Okay, thank you, Richard. It was a pleasure.
Bye-bye. Well, friends, we're getting close to the end of the program. And again, coming up right now, we have a Hindi film that starts at 1 o'clock. I just want to say thank you to our guest, Dr. Maxine McLean. We were supposed to have...
Danielle, well, she's actually on my phone right now, but is it possible to tune into her? She just wants to give a...
Yes, okay, so let's see. Let me see.
Oh, well, no, she's talking to me on my phone, but
Yeah,
you've got
No, we won't have time, Tony, sorry.
Oh.
Because we have a few minutes and we have to leave right
Danielle, we're
Sorry.
going to get you next week.
Yeah. And beside that, Danielle need to dress a little more appropriately for this
Oh, no, she did
segment.
change. She did change, yeah. She was
going to the beach.
Yeah, looking very beachy.
We have a few minutes, and we normally would have to say our goodbye. Danielle is another, she used to be publicist for the Sick Kids Hospital. She is Dr. Maxine publicist, and she is recruiting and bringing us lots of guests. She's working very, very hard with us here at CSTV. So we are building a very talented team here, and I just want to let you know that we have great things coming.
And she's up in Grand Bend, great cottage country up there. I actually went to Stratford yesterday. I almost went up to Grand Bend, but it got kind of late in the day, so I almost got to go to the beach.
Okay, so we have to say our goodbyes now because we have to do some technical things at the back end. Akua George is in Trinidad, our director. We want to say thank you. Thank you for watching, everybody. Continue watching us here at CSTV 24/7. This program, you can see it also on our YouTube channel. And if you don't have the IP box or your friends doesn't have it, you can simply log on to www.caribbeanshowtime.com. We're leading out with this item with our thanks. Bye-bye for now.
Orok men, your force and meta find outside thing. Don't need no wife again, plenty girl them suffering. Don't need no wife again, plenty girl them suffering. This wedding ring turn into suffering. Your force and meta find outside thing. Orok men, your force and meta find outside thing. This wedding ring turn into suffering. Your force and meta find